Are you afraid of the dark? What about the sterile, unsettling quiet of a hospital at night? Prepare to uncover the chilling truths hidden within the walls of seemingly safe hospitals. We're about to explore the shadowy corners and forgotten corridors where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. These are the stories that will make you question everything you thought you knew about hospitals. Our journey begins in the abandoned ward of a once bustling hospital. Sealed off in the 1970s, this wing became a ghost town after a string of unexplained events. Nurses reported seeing shadowy figures lurking in the rooms. Patients claimed to hear whispers in the dead of night. Then there were the sudden, inexplicable cold spots that sent chills down their spines. The stories grew more frequent, more unsettling, until the administration had no choice but to shut it down. But the energy, the fear, it lingers. Some say the ward is still haunted by the spirits of those who died within its walls, forever trapped in a cycle of suffering and despair. What really happened in that ward? We may never know for sure, but one thing is certain: the abandoned ward remains a chilling testament to the unseen forces that may lurk within our hospitals. In the hallowed halls of a historic hospital, a legend whispers on the wind. They call him the ghostly surgeon, a phantom figure seen roaming the operating theaters at midnight. Dressed in a blood-stained surgical gown, his face obscured by a surgical mask, he's been spotted by numerous witnesses over the years. A janitor swears he saw him performing a surgery, instruments moving on their own, the spectral surgeon's hands hovering over an empty operating table. Patients recovering from surgery have reported waking to see him standing over them, a cold dread washing over their bodies. Is he a former surgeon, unable to let go of his earthly duties? Or is there something more sinister at play? The truth remains elusive, but the ghostly surgeon's presence serves as a chilling reminder that some things in this world defy explanation. The pediatric wing of any hospital should be a place of hope and healing, but not in this hospital. This story takes us to an empty pediatric wing, where a sound more chilling than silence echoes through the halls, the sound of a child crying. Nurses on night duty have reported hearing the sobs, sometimes soft and mournful, other times a blood-curdling wail. They've searched every room, every corner, finding nothing. No child, no source for the sound. The crying is said to be most intense near the former room of a young boy who tragically passed away from a rare disease. Could it be his spirit, unable to find peace? Or is it something more malevolent, feeding off the sadness and fear of the living? Whatever the source, the crying child's sobs are a haunting reminder that even the most innocent souls can become trapped in the ethereal realm. Every hospital has its secrets, but none as dark as room 404. This room, shrouded in mystery and dread, is where patients reportedly checked in but never came out the same. Some emerged in a daze, unable to recall their time inside. Others suffered from sudden and unexplained illnesses. The room was eventually sealed off, its door marked with a large, ominous X. Whispers among staff suggest that room 404 was used for experimental treatments, procedures that pushed the boundaries of medical ethics. Could the strange occurrences be the result of these radical experiments? Or is there a darker truth, something more sinister lurking within those walls? Whatever happened in room 404, it's a place forever stained with fear and uncertainty. The intensive care unit, a place where life hangs in the balance. But in this ICU, it's not just the patient's lives at stake. This is where the veil between life and death feels thinnest, where the spectral realm bleeds into our own. Nurses have reported seeing shadows lurking in the corners, figures that vanish when approached. Medical equipment malfunctions without explanation, machines switching on and off, their rhythmic beeping taking on an eerie, discordant tone. Some believe the ICU is haunted by the spirits of those who passed away there, their energy lingering, their pain echoing through the sterile halls. Others whisper of a darker presence, a malevolent entity feeding off the fear and suffering of the dying. Whatever the truth, the haunted ICU is a stark reminder that hospitals are not just places of healing, but also places where the boundaries between life and death blur. So, how are you feeling? A little creeped out? Good, that's the point. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and tell me about your own hospital horror stories in the comments. You never know, your story might just end up in my next video. Whispering tone. Sleep tight and remember, the next time you visit a hospital, you might not be alone.